They will like it.
Young wanna robi, Papa come again. Young wanna ro Papa Georgie come again. Young wanna ro Mama Joe come again. Who wanna ro Cdc come again. Now they walk on treasure, yeah, come soon. Better move, I say you're better move, it's about to get away. Only about to get away. We come again. Who wanna run Cdc come again. Good evening, wherever you are. Good afternoon if you are in the US. Good morning if you are in other parts of the world. And welcome to a fresh new edition of the CDC Hour. The CDC Hour is a 1 hour package of activities within the Congress for Democratic Change and other national issues that affect our country. Today is Friday, July 4, 2025. And today is the weekend edition of the show, and so you just have to relax and listen to the show today because today is the weekend edition. You will not see us here until Monday. But I will be back in a jiffy right after a bit of our theme song. Shake your body, shake your body, Thank you so much and welcome back to the show. This is the CDC Hour on Kings FM 88.5 on your dot 88.5. Don't miss it. If you are on the live feed, begin to share the show so that your friends can watch. Share the show, send it to your friends, share it to your friends so that a lot of people can be part of the show. Today is Friday, the weekend, and we are presenting the final edition for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know editions have been very much enthusiastic about this show. The show is gaining momentum, it is growing. A lot of interest has been developed in the program, and so a lot of people call me from different parts of the world. From Liberia, people call me from the United States, people call me from Canada and other parts of the world. In Europe, Poland, Holland, people call me from the UK, and they have begun following the show very religiously. I can see my sister Princess Favor Miena on the live feed. She has been the first to join. Princess, please share the show so that your friends can come on and become part of it, so that they can be at the advantage to watch this show. Um, Today is July 4th, 2025. I'm here as your host, Ishaka Sharif. Ralph Cooper has joined watching from Denver, Colorado, the United States of America. Ralph, you are welcome. Please share the show so that our viewers can watch. A lot of people can join the show. We will begin to talk about some of the issues in the Congress for Democratic Change. Okay, the most cardinal, the most important issue we discuss here on a daily basis when we come to this show is a need for reconciliation within the Congress for Democratic Change. And it cannot be overemphasized because it is needed. It is the best thing to do at this time uh, in our party's history and in our country's history. Seditions from all walks of life around the country, from the 15 political subdivisions of the country, from the diaspora, from everywhere, every facets of our country. Seditions are yearning for togetherness within the Congress for Democratic Change. Do are we are we are we uh, are we disintegrated? No, the CDC is not disintegrated, but no matter how united we are, we need a more concrete front. We need to open new front lines, bring in new species to the party, bring in new uh, new people, new intellectuals, new members to the party, so that we can together with the existing party strength, the membership, the grassroots membership that we have, so that together we can launch a meaningful shot at the presidency. And so the CDC is quite aware of that. The CDC is quite aware that everybody will prepare sometimes along the way. And so it is important, it is very important that we start, it is very important that we start from now, so that we can put the necessary screws together and become a one party. We went to different elections prior to 2023, and then even the 2023 election itself, we went there, and uh, the Congress for Democratic Change was defeated in that election, okay, by the current government led by Joseph Numa Boakai. But are we really angry? No, we we are the losers in the last election, but we we sound we seem more like we are the winners of the election in 2023. Those who won the election are still very bitter with the rest of the country. In fact, the margin the margin that separated President George Weah and the Unity Party's Joseph Boakai was 20,563 votes. Okay? And so that is uh, even less than too many districts around the country. A lot of the districts in Montserrat County, the the registered voters are far excessive than 20,563. And so the country remains divided right in the middle. The country is divided right in the middle, separated by 20,563 votes. That was then in 2023. Since the government took power, okay, since the inception of the government, after being inaugurated, uh, one can say safely, based on the reckless and irresponsible attitude of the government, based on how the country is going, based on the status of the economy, based on the security situation in the country, based on the bread and butter issues, based on uh, different issues, right? One could safely say that the 20,563 votes that separated the CDC from the Unity Party in 2023 would already, could already uh, be wept out. Okay, and so if we were to go to an election now for the presidency of the country, right? Uh, George Weah will be victorious because we have listened to uh, opinion polls across the country. We have listened to interviews from the real Liberians that matter, the everyday Liberian that find themselves in the market, the everyday Liberians that find themselves at the construction sites, the everyday Liberian that find themselves uh, in different facets of the countries, you know, uh, in different facets of the country, they are beginning to say, or they have started to say that, look, uh, we voted for this government, but we are disappointed. We are disillusioned already with the government. And so the people are disillusioned already with the government just 19 months into the tenure of the government. Okay, 19 months into the tenure of the government. So 4 years, 5 months to go for the government. How many years do they have to do work? Okay, how many years do they have to work? This government has just 2.5 years to work, because the last 2 years of the government's tenure, what's going to obviously happen is that you're going to see a lot of different movements. You're going to see a lot of alignments, realignments, formation of coalition, alliances, collaboration, independent candidates, new people will be fielded in the fray. And so a lot of movements, will be done. The political field will be crowded. You will find political transfer window opening, where you're gonna see a lot of different people crossing carpets, okay, to different political sides. And that's when sometimes, I mean, when the government is losing, okay, when the sitting government is losing, you find uh, officials of government resigning from the government, crossing to the opposition, and shifting blames. Okay, you're gonna see all of that probably in 2028, late 2027, 2028. You're gonna see that, because as I speak to you, a lot of different movements are going on undergrounds. I can assure you that a lot of different forces, a lot of different individuals in the government uh, are beginning now to do business with the opposition. They don't trust the government based on what the government has done, based on the reckless nature the government has handled the state of affairs of the country. So a lot of people do not trust the government. Even officials of the government that work for the government do not trust the government. The lawlessness in the country is just too much. Everything is helter scatter. The justice system is very, very appalling. Okay, the justice system is very, very appalling. The security system of the country is dire. There are too much consequential issues that are going on right now. But again, during the 2023 elections, people were told, okay, we said it, right? Elections have consequences. Elections have consequences. Um, the decision you make during elections, okay, the outcome of that decision when it comes, you bear it, you live with it. And so there are consequences that arise from elections. There are consequences that arise from election. Okay, and so once you make that ultimate decision to vote for the candidate of your choice, because there obviously will be a lot of different options, different candidates with different manifesto, with different ideology, different cultural perspective, different commitment, and and policy frameworks, right, on which they would want to uh, lead the country. So their manifesto, you look at all of them and choose amongst them. But once you make that choice, once you make that ultimate choice of voting for somebody who you think will lead a country, the way you expect it. And at the end of the day, it turns out to be the opposite. You live with the consequences. If you elect somebody, or if you elect a political party right to power, and the the political party perform to your expectation, that is also a consequence. That is a positive consequence that you are going to reap as a result of your vote that you casted for the candidate of your choice. And so this is where we are. The country is at a crossroads. The country is at a crossroads with different movements, different activities within the political corridors of the country. Okay? So, uh, we political analysts, we political commentators, what we do, we study the trend, the trend of events. We study the trend of events of the country and determine, come out with a hypothesis as to what could happen in the near future or the far future. That is a postulation we make. And we, when we make those postulations, we communicate our findings to the general public, like I'm doing right now. And so there are a lot of movements going on in the corridors of Liberia's political uh, spectrum. Okay, so like our party, the Congress for Democratic Change, arguably the biggest political party in Liberia right now because of its grassroots foundation. Before I go further, ladies and gentlemen, if you are in Radio Land, if you are on the live feed, right, please share the video. Please share the video. Kuda Williams is watching from, uh, she's watching from what I can see, she's watching from Georgia. Okay, the state of Georgia. We have Mata MC Mayonga, who is watching from Ghana. We have Zaira Menier. She has joined me from Greenville, Sino County. Okay, Vinicius Junior Bar is watching also. Lai J. Dukle is watching also. We have Oscar Zagian is also watching. We Veronica Junior Bar is watching, and the rest of the people on the live feed, please begin to share the show so that your people can watch. Recently, okay, Momo Fanbule, my own brother and friend, is watching from New Jersey. That is the United States of America. So the CDC is up for big things. I can assure you that. The CDC is up for big things. We are planning strategically. We are not making noise. We are planning strategically. And our strategy is embedded in the fact that it will inculcate the restructuring and recalibrating of our political party all across the country. Recently, the chairman of the CDC was in the southeast. Okay, he visited Grand Jeddah. He was in Grand Jeddah, River G, Maryland, Grand Crew, and Sino counties. Okay, and while there, he held discussions with different organs of the party structure in those counties. He held discussions with different with different organs of the party structure in the county. And it was a very meaningful process. It was a very meaningful discussion with the party in the southeast. Okay, and recently we also saw Honorable Yeke Koluba in the southeast as well, building some momentum. Okay, in the southeast for the opposition. Yeke is now part of the opposition, and so we consider him as that. Okay, so the chairman left the Southeast very upbeat with such a humongous uh, political activity that will soon begin to yield fruits. The county chapters, especially in the Southeast, are beginning to get uh, restructured, revitalized. The basis, I mean, in the CDC base in the Southeast is beginning again to get reinvigorated because right after the election, not only in the counties but even in Montserrat, seditians began to ask the obvious questions: What are we doing? What is our party doing? Our party is not talking. Our party is not saying anything. We're not writing and reading press releases. We are not putting the government's feet to the fire. Okay, those were the obvious concerns of seditions across the country until relatively recently. Because when when you lose an election, when you lose an election of such critical nature as 2023, right? What you do, you gave the government a honeymoon period because you have to be somehow very reasonable as an opposition to give the government some time to govern. Okay, that's what we did. We gave the government a window of opportunity to prepare the country for progress, to prepare the country for higher heights. But having led the country from January 22, 2024 to now, uh, to now July 4, 2025, the nation is seeing no meaningful progress that we have made. It's either about confusion in the legislature or rampant corruption, industrial scale corruption in the government, or police brutality, or police killing of innocent citizens across the country, or the killing of people all across the country from different counties, different districts. The guys are drowning the country. The government is drowning the country. They are leading the country to a dungeon. And the country is owned by not the country is owned not by the Unity Party. The country is for the government and the civil society. The country is for the people, the government, the civil society. Okay, political parties. We are the major stakeholders of the country. So if you portray a scenario that the country is for you, in fact, even without reaching the 2 year mark in your leadership, you are already beginning to postulate that you have won. You're going to win the election. There's going to be no meaningful election. In fact, who are you? When the country is divided by 5,000, I mean 20,563 votes. Who are you to say that George Weah will never come back? Who are you? So seditionists are beginning to understand that. You should begin to understand that it is what pins them. Whenever you say George Weah is coming back in 2029, the sentence George Weah is coming back in 2029 is very, very painful in the soul and the heart of unity partisans. And truth be told, George Weah is definitely coming back. And George Weah is coming back to correct the governance impasse of President Joseph Boakai. We don't sit on this radio to rain invectives on anybody, on any leader. No, we don't do that. We discuss the issue because we are intellectually potent enough to discuss the issue to the letter. And so seditionists are beginning to understand that unity partisans are very intolerant, very, very intolerant. They will they will insult George Weah every day. But once you talk about the UP's excesses, Mr. Bwaka's excesses in governance and even out of governance, they become agitated. The real insults at you. Okay, that is intolerance of the highest order. The most intolerant political party in this country is the Unity Party. They do not like criticisms. They do not like dissent. Once you criticize them, once you criticize them, they're gonna be at odds with you. But who cares? I'm seeing the former Assistant Minister for Communal Farming at the Ministry of Internal Affairs, Honorable Ayuba Fofana. He says, never belongs to God. George Weah is coming back. When you people hear that, it pains their soul. Also, my Mata's son. Good evening. I'm following you from ELWA Pinsville. Okay. Dorcas S. Farmer. I'm following you from New Georgia Estate. Okay. Is this George? George is watching me from where? From Mumbai. I think Mumbai to be India. Okay. So these are the kinds of people we are dealing with. Very intolerant, but very offensive. Once you criticize them, they get at you. Once you criticize them, they insult you. Once you criticize them, they don't stand the intellectual debate. They don't stand the intellectual debate. They become very much agitated and they begin to rain insults at very meaningful people, very organized people, very respected people. Okay? But that cannot help them. That cannot help them. In 2029, George Weah is coming back. We are preparing. We are coming back with the force of a tsunami. Oh, yes. George Weah will shoot at the presidency in 2029. And so the restructuring process of the CDC has begun. It has begun from bottom to top because when we structure the zones, we structure the 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 districts, we structure the counties. It means that you are taking it from bottom to top before reaching to the National Executive Committee level and other organic structures of the party. So the party at the end of the day becomes very vibrant uh, and launch a very meaningful challenge to the presidency of Joseph Newman Boakai in 2029. Uh, but while in the process of doing that, this is our appeal, seditions, CDCs, all across the country. If you are listening to me, if you are under the sound of my voice, I'm on this radio to inform you, to provide the necessary clarity. What confuses you, you ask questions, and I will clarify that because I have not all of the solutions to your problems, not all of the solutions to your questions, but I think I'm informed to a larger extent to answer some of your concerns and some of your questions. Okay, so uh, what we are asking you for, what we are appealing to you for or about, you seditious, is to begin to create a mindset of total national reconciliation within your party. Okay? Uh, it doesn't have to start within the party's organic structures. Okay? You are in the communities. You live with people. You live with other seditions. You live with your friends. You have been living together for 5 years. You have been living together for 10 years. You have been in the same party for 20, 21 years. Disagreements can arise because, like I've always said, we are a human organization. And so we must have semblances of imperfection. We are not perfect. And but even in our semblances of imperfection, even in our imperfection, we should always have it in mind that uh, uh, we should always have it in mind as seditions that your neighbor's house should not be on fire and then you leave him. No, because that fire could jump to your own house. Okay, that fire could jump into your own house. So, once you have people in your communities, they may not be seditions, they might be sympathizers, people who affiliate with your party. They may not declare full membership to the CDC. Walk to them. Say, look, you are my brother. You are my sister. We belong to the same political party. We belong to the same social organization. We believe in oneness. We belong to the same political organization. We are in the CDC. Let us love one another. Let us unite. Let us forgive each other. If I wrong you, I'm sorry. I'm not too big to say sorry. Let us launch that in the community. Let us launch that in our community to our fellow partisans. There are some of them who are angry. Oh, of course. There are some of our people who supported us since 2005. But in 2023, they became angry, disenchanted because of different issues. We use the community model to bring them back on board. Share with them. Share with them. Did we make some mistakes? Yes. We made some mistakes. Well, certainly. We made some mistakes because we are not perfect. And some of our mistakes became fatal to the survival of the movement, to the survival of the Blue Revolution. But we have come a long way now, seditians. We have come a long way. This is the time to put it behind us. We have grieved for 19 months. Oh, yes. We have grieved for 19 months. Let us console our distress. Let us console our distress and look each other in the eyes. Look each other in the face and say, my fellow partisans, we can make it. It is not impossible. We did it before and we can do it again. Let us challenge ourselves. But that challenge comes with our togetherness. Oneness in unison, unity of purpose will take us wherever we want to be. Because two heads are better than one. Once we consult, we forgive, we heal our wounds as seditians in every facet of the country, in every organ of the party. Once we heal, we relax, we ease the tension from our minds. We swallow the bitterness for the sake of the CDC. That's when the supremacy of the party comes to bear. Where you will hear the party remain supreme. Because the interest of the party is paramount above all other interests, all other individual interests. The interest of the CDC is the interest of the country. And so the interest of the CDC and the interest of the country are intertwined, interrelated, correlated. And so the CDC can never be against the country. but the party's national interest is above any parochial interest of any individual. Let us unite. Let us challenge ourselves. From Bomi County to Cape Mount to Bapolu to Lofa to Nimba to Margibi to Bung, Montserrado County, River says, Grand Bassa, Sino, Grand Crew, Maryland, River G, yes, Grand Jeddah, all across the 15 political subdivisions of the country, in which the country is divided. Seditions from all walks of life. Let us heal ourselves. Let us heal our wounds. You can never take out your intestine and put leaf in your stomach and expect yourself to survive. You cannot extract your intestine from your stomach and replace it with leaves and expect yourself to survive. Seditions, your own is your own. Your own is your own. The CDC is your own. The CDC is your home. The CDC is a tradition. The CDC is a phenomenon. A national phenomenon that you live, that you eat, that you drink. It is a national phenomenon you travel with. Are you going to turn your back to your party because of another political institution that is ripping the country apart? There is an urgent need. There is an urgent need for a soul-searching moment. A come to Jesus meeting is needed in a CDC that should be organized by the National Executive Committee. Our leaders, if you are listening, President George Weah, you are the political leader of this party. You told me even few days ago, just 2 days ago, like I was saying on Wednesday, you said you have been reinvigorated. You said to me, and I quote, Ishaka, I want to be president more than anyone else you think about in this country. When you call me on my phone, and Mr. President, I believe you. I believe what you said. And you told me the CDC is recalibrating its tentacles. And very soon, we will begin to feel the impact. So, seditions, that's what your political leader said. The leader of your party, the leader of your movement, that's what he said. That's what he told me. Not only me, he told other people as well. And so, ladies and gentlemen, if you are there in Radio Land, you're listening to the CDC Hour on Kings FM 88.5, and you are watching us live on the Kings FM Facebook page, begin to share the show so that your friends can watch. If you are there, you can begin to place in your calls on 0772239933, 0886 30 44 97, or the lone female line for only women. Know that on 0777-980-375. We have a caller on the line. Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to the CDC Hour, and let's hear you in 1 minute.
Yeah, check out, I'm Oscar Sigwe calling from Gamta, Niva County.
Thank you.
Yeah, before I go forward, I want to give you information. I want to advise you. You know that not every Liberian can understand the English. So I have to call the English down to the learning level. Then the second thing has to do with Liberia, something Morovia. And the good program that you're having, that not everybody in the country can hear it. Some of us can put data in our phone before we listen to it. So I want the CDC to make sure that every country should have a radio station that will be relaying this program. Then when it comes to reconciliation, I want to also ask all of you who took part in the government, who was part of the star government, system minister, director, down to even the Zula here. We need all need to get on our feet and go in the community, because the community are very enough with us. With you people who are in the government, because you were looking like a daughter that paid the marshal, they cannot pass in front of the marshal. Because when you people who are in the position as minister and assistant minister director,
you gotta be
when you're in that position, when you're in that community,
you gotta be snappy. We have other callers on the line.
Yes, hello.
Oh, hello.
Yes.
It's a pleasure
to have you on King's FM. I'm very happy to speak on this station today. I said as a Zuna head before.
Okay.
And we were fortunate we won the election. And where the place all were badly treated. Very, very badly treated. Until today we are forcibly pensioned. We are forcibly pensioned without benefit. We are sitting down and some all are about 50. What will be the outcome of all as our old Zuna head? I could call my name, but because of security reasons.
Okay, just keep listening to the show. Let's take another caller. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How do you do?
Hi, I'm doing good.
I just want to make my recommendation to the party leadership. While you are preaching reconciliation, but I think it would be good for the by-election that are about to take place in Nimba County, that the country put somebody there, and besides that, let the country leadership take a responsibility to take a country tour to appreciate the people now because they lost the election. That's my recommendation.
Yes, I can assure you the country tour will kick off very soon. It's being strategically planned. Let's take another call. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Yes, let's hear you.
We already had enough potential work.
Yeah, my baby.
Our president said we should carry a break. We already be workshop. But we thought our opinion was you know you have position, but you are opposition, you are no position. You are any party will convene people will say that the best party in the country, turn a party, and vote the party turn it. We will do that. We will vote from place to place, Papa. Thank you for your narrative.
Thank you. Let's take another caller. Hello?
Good evening, Isaka. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, my brother.
Yeah, this is Edmond Carr.
Hey,
thanks for the enlightenment and the encouragement. Look, citizen, we say that bygone be bygone. All of the things that happen, once you are in a family that is very large, you will always see the little mistake coming on. Whether minister didn't see you, minister see you, that are past now. We are now here to calibrate. Let us put all of those things beyond all and be able, each one talk to one person in the community and spread the party good messages that they are bringing to us to go and pay our due,
to be financially strong while we are going to World 2029. But all of those things will keep repeating it. It will be making the people to be laughing at us if you are truly one of us. Because repeating it one thing over and over, World Party Day, World Minister Day, we can't be saying the one thing over and over. You don't move ahead and forget about all of those things. That is why you should pay your due so that you will have a say when there is time for any primary that I'm trying to do. And I want to run in District 5, MOK going to be have a say that because I'm fighting to clear my due up to 2029.
Thank you
That's
so
what we should be
much.
thinking about now.
Thank you so much. Let's take another call. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, talk to Seditious.
Yeah.
Talk to Seditious.
My dog calling home. I will be, I am a sedition, a bonofa, and a sedition. I very low for party. I breathe, I cry day and night to see my party going the way it's going. So Wednesday I will be at the party headquarters. I want to pay my due. I will be there. Maybe I want to meet with my angle. I will be in River G very soon. I will be ahead of them. So I will be in River G there doing my part. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's take another one. Hello?
Yeah, good evening, Ishaka Cherry.
Yeah, talk to Seditious, my brother.
Yeah, Ishaka, my name is Mohammed Donzo Fufana Jr. I join you guys from the headquarters of the All Abel Coalition Party.
Yes.
ACO.
Well,
I'm not Acobians, I'm a Seditian.
Okay.
Well, Ishaka, I want to tell the Seditians to to put all differences aside for us to come back together, have a peaceful citizen, have a peaceful party to conquer Mr. Boakai and his lieutenants 2029 to for President we have to come back in power for our country to be a good country so that we can have a better life to live. And I want to tell them also they shouldn't forget about the payment of the dues. They should pay the dues so that we can be financially equipped 2029.
Thank you.
Thank
so
you
much.
for having me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hear you. Talk to Seditious.
Thank you very much, Ishaka. I am Spencer Mohammed, and I call from a Popo Kono, down Coastal Hill, Winter Community. Shaka, I want to tell you thank you. Shaka, let me add my voice to your voice. I want to call on every sedition. Sedition, what happened 2 years, 6 years ago, let us all forget about it and recalibrate. Our defeat did not come because we were not strong. The defeat that we experienced was because of the differences that we had. The difference of opinion. We allowed the opposition to have manipulated us and got us to where we are. But however, every life has its own experience. That is a better experience that we all have shared. So let us come together, recalibrate, and make our party a strong party.
Thank you so much. Let's take another call. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Good evening.
Yes, I am here. Let's hear you. Talk to Seditious.
Yeah, thank you for the show this evening. I'm Fatia Wablo, calling from New Georgia. You know, I was a sedition. But you know what? The representation and so their own sedition brother, they want it made me to back off. And now I am a reaction. And I'm appealing to y'all the sedition because for us, I don't listen to this, they see my rose so for y'all the sedition, if constantly from the now, you're putting anybody on the party ticket, y'all should be wise. Y'all should ask a citizen in a county, in a district. But if you're not doing it, where the reaction will put me out. Thank you.
There's no reaction in Grand Jury. Let's take another call. Hello? Okay. Okay, we have another call. Hello?
Hello, Ishaka. Good evening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Talk to Seditious. Let's hear you.
I'm talking to all the citizens that got money with a follow CDC. 2,000 with Mali, 1,000 Mali, 1,000 with Bwaka, and I'll come back and make it with 3,000 now. I follow behind CDC. When you jam, you go on the radio, you talk. None of the citizens that we voted in where they get the money will help you. They say, oh, they are the guys talking, let me help you, let me say smart thing for you. They will not do it. They get the money, and then when trouble comes, they're looking at us so we can follow them. How will we follow them? Then when they get the money with them, you ask somebody for $100 or $200. What they can go to their girlfriend to go buy roasted meat to eat? They will not help you. So how now we follow the CDC again? People laughing at us. Again, I want money now for my rent business. Nobody want to help me. I want a studio this evening. This afternoon, we boy last year. He advocate for me. Nobody send me a penny. Penny. So how the people don't get the money to do that kind of thing, and the UP people laughing at us? They will tell you, say, my man, you see, you didn't wear this teacher you wear, this how you wear it.
Sometimes
you put it down, somebody will feel sorry, they help you. You know, so our citizen will not be doing nothing there. We say our citizen, but we're begging them. When we jump, what they help us?
Okay. Hello?
Hello, CDC Papa. I'm speaking to CDC Papa. CDC Papa, I beg you, find me for now to next week when I say, go to Follow My Gate. Follow My Gate will help you. You can't really tear in people up. Go to Follow My Gate before you say, you start spoiling CDC people on over talk, so beg you. When you be talking that one, the people will be laughing at our any minute. Please go to Follow My Gate, explain your problem to him, to the cat, ask questions. They will tell you when there's now when I say you can talk with people, I beg you, go there. He will talk with you. He will satisfy you. I beg you.
Okay, thank you, Mabinu. We don't have a caller now. So you listen to the callers very passionate about unity and reconciliation within the CDC. We can only but unite to win the presidency in 2029. And we are on the path to doing that. George Weah has been our leader, and he remains our leader. Because of George Weah, thousands of Liberians find solace in one political institution. Let's take, okay. Thousands of Liberians find solace in this political party called CDC. The CDC will remain with your children, with your children's children. So let us unite it now and make it a vibrant political institution second to none, so that when the time comes, you can reap what you sow. Your children can reap what you sow while you are alive. On that basis, we have come to the end of today's edition of the CDC Hour. We have come to the weekend's edition of the CDC Hour. I'm your host, Ishaka Sharif. Until you see me again, it will be on the brand new edition on Monday next week. Until then, I say goodbye. Have a nice weekend.